Hey, what is up, guys? I am your favorite YouTuber here, Kelsey Evans, star of Orange Glad, and today I'm going to rank all 4 Thor movies. So, in very last place, I love all the Thor movies. Don't get me wrong. I love pretty much every Marvel movie, but in very last place is Thor: The Dark World. I really do enjoy this one. As I said before, I love them all, but this one, the villain in here, the elf from the villain, wasn't very memorable for me. I do like Loki's role in here when he helps Thor, and then obviously fakes his death at the end. I thought that was rather cool. But out of the 4 Thor movies, I think that this one was the least forgettable. The story was kind of bland, and I think they focused way too much on Jane. Jane Foster. Her little thing. I didn't really care for her story part in this movie. It's the least forgettable. It's the most forgettable Thor movie that there is out of all 4 of them. So, Thor: The Dark World would be number 4 out of the 4 Thor movies. Yeah. Number 3, Thor: Love and Thunder. I really like this one. I really, really do. I like the fact that he was with the Guardians. I actually do wish that this movie had more of the Guardians with it, but it's a Thor movie. I actually thought the Screaming Ghost was kind of funny. I thought the humor was a little over the top. I think we got a lot of that. But I mean, I do like the fact that he got reunited with Milner. I can't even say that right, Milner. And yeah, it was good. The God butchering, that was a good. He played a good villain. Was it Christian Bale? Yeah, Christian Bale was the God Butcher. Yeah. I liked him. I think he was probably one of the best villains we've had in the MCU. And actually, this movie actually has one of my favorite Thor lines of all time, which is, he calls pancakes pan flaps. And I quote that line all the time. They call them pan flaps. Come on, Thor, you gotta know what a pancake is. But yeah, humor's a little over the top, but I still love it. But yeah, that is second to last. Number 2 is Thor, the original Thor movie. I love this origin story. I like the change that Thor does in the entire process of the movie. He's this arrogant guy who lives in Asgard, and he's just really full of himself. Then he loses his powers, the power to lift Mjolnir, and because Odin takes it away from him, he can't. And then when he goes back to Earth, he finds it, and he can't lift it because he's not worthy. And then he starts falling in love with the Jane Foster. Which, I mean, I think the movies could have done good without it. But that's just my opinion. But I really love the origin story. I love the battle between him and Loki. For the first time ever, that was good. And no, I just love a good origin story. So, Thor, number 2. And of course, my number 1, which is a lot of people's pick, is Thor Ragnarok. I love this movie to death. This is probably, next to Ant-Man, probably one of my favorite, stand-up movies, besides the Avengers movies, favorite films in the MCU. I love this movie. There's so much going on. Heller, his sister, played a great villain, and is probably in my top 5 favorite MCU villains. And I am glad how well this movie turned out. I love like the little like jokes and gags that were there was more of those than there was in the previous two movies. But as I said before, Thor: Love and Thunder, I think they did it way too much. But this one, they do just the right amount. I think it works good, and I love how Bruce Banner, Hulk, is in this one, and plays off good with him. My favorite part of this movie is when Thor is interacting with Doctor Strange in the beginning of the movie, and he keeps filling up his beer. I mean, that was a really funny part of the movie. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok. There's a lot going on. I also love Thor's new look when Stan Lee cut his hair. I mean, that was really cool. All right, guys. So that's my ranking. That's my ranking of the Thor movies, with Thor: The Dark World being number 4, Thor and Love and Thunder 3, the first Thor movie number 2, and Thor Ragnarok is my favorite Thor movie. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot of new subscribers lately. I appreciate all of you guys. So please like, share, subscribe, and tell me your rankings down below of the Thor movies. I'll see you next time.